we built 2 years ago, and we built it on an existing foundation, so we had some constraints as far as the exterior walls, and the original plans actually called for this to be vaulted and to have some windows in it, but just the way everything ended up coming together, it couldn't do that, and so I think it made this room one of my least favorite rooms in the house, and I want it to just feel welcome and open, and it's been tricky for me, so I'm so excited that Studio McGee is coming to help me do it, because I just didn't know what to do with the space.
Today we're at a new client's house, and it's in one of my very favorite neighborhoods in Salt Lake. You can see their house is so cute. It was a remodel, and we're going to be meeting with her about her entry and piano room today. And I have Anne here with me, who's a designer that works at Studio McGee.
Hi, Shay.
Hi, Shay. Hi, Anne. So good to meet you. Okay, so this is obviously the entry, and it's just weird to me because it's not too large, but it's not too small, and so I don't know how to do even the simplest things like rugs. I mean, we bought this for the space because it was just hard to know what to do with these two big walls to do, two big tables. So the idea of a bench or somewhere you could sit down and take off shoes and was kind of what we had thought for the space. But
Typically what we do is we'll kind of create like two different drop zones, and so like one will be a standing drop zone and then one will be a seated drop zone. So I can see potentially us doing something like a chest or a console with a bowl for keys or whatever, and then you have the seated place with the basket to sit down. So tell me, so you have this opening here,
yes.
And then immediately when you walk into your left, we have this piano room. Tell me about this.
So this is the space that my husband plays the piano and loves to play the piano, and so we needed to incorporate that, and it's really the only spot we can fit. But then it leaves this space, and originally I sort of envisioned it as like a formal dining room.
Okay.
And so that's why we ordered maybe like the fancier light, but I didn't know if it was weird to have
the dining in
kind of, it would be a little bit tight, but otherwise there's not a great dining space. My husband feels like it's far from the kitchen, and so we've been kind of thinking there, and he was thinking maybe more of a sitting space.
I always ask people if they're open to switching out light fixtures, painting, wallpaper, you know, any changes like that.
Yeah, I'm game for most anything because we just did the house about 2 years ago.
Okay.
You know, everything's fairly new, and so we like the moldings, and the moldings are great. The light fixture, but it wasn't meant for a piano or a dining table, so
whatever works. Okay. Okay.
We are in a home that has two open spaces that have kind of an interesting configuration that we need to figure out a good furniture space plan for. The wall color and moldings are beautiful, so those will stay. This was potentially maybe a dining room area, and I'm thinking that it might end up being more of a seating area, so we need to kind of think about how that furniture will be laid out and how to kind of work in a light fixture or not. And I think that we need to consider how to make it this beautiful space when you first walk into the home, but also make it something that's not too precious to be able to lounge on.
We're working on the design. We have a really good direction, but there are a few pieces that we're kind of switching in and out to make sure that we achieve a beautiful look when you first walk into the home, but also kid-friendly. So we met with our client, we talked about how the space needed to function, and then it was time to go back to the studio and think about the aesthetics of the space. So we came up with a design plan, we presented it to our clients. There were a few little adjustments that needed to be made, so we made those, and they loved everything. We ordered and waited, and now it's a few months later, it's winter outside, and it's time for the install. We're getting everything set up, and typically things come together just like our design boards show, but sometimes we need to make a few adjustments. Today, this shade is a slightly different color than that one, and it's driving me crazy, so we're going to take this lamp, put it in the entryway, and swap that one for this one. I'm standing here with two pieces that our clients are keeping. The trim work is beautiful, but this ledge makes it a little tricky to hang artwork. And so we're keeping this, I love it, but it just needs to be, lowered a little bit to eye level. We're back, and now it's time to do the big reveal. There's a big question on how to orient the rug in this space. Do we turn it this way? Do we turn it this way? And we decided when we first walk in that this was the best way to ground the space. And we used this beautiful vintage rug. It has a little bit of pink in it, which I love, and the muted tones help hide dirt really well.
We decided to keep the existing settee and design around it.
We added a few great throw pillows to add some color, change it up a bit, and a striped throw for some texture. And then we added a reading lamp, 2 family prints above to keep it personal, and this basket is great for storing shoes. Originally there were drapes here, so we've moved those into the living room because I think it opens and cleans up the space a little bit to do that, and added custom Roman shades, which you can see here, and they add a little pattern and interest, which I love. You can see we've created 2 drop zones, one that's seated and then one that's standing that you can drop your keys off, check yourself in the mirror on your way out. And this dresser, it's amazing. It's from our shop, McGee & Co. And the lamp and accessories just tie it all together and give it some personality. When you have a wall like this where there's a staircase on one side and then the place for artwork is a little bit asymmetrical, where do you put everything? Do you center the bench, then you can't center the artwork? We were kind of having to figure out what to do here.
So we decided to add a bench with no back to make it different from the other pieces.
I am standing here in the newly completed sitting room. It looks beautiful, it's a little dressy, I love it. But if you look closely, you'll see that everything is actually really kid-friendly. You've got a leather sofa that will stand the beating. You have a coffee table that doesn't have glass or anything too sharp on it. And then a rug that you can get in our shop. It's blue and gray and it will hide traffic well. You can see here that we have swapped out the dining chandelier for something that feels more like a sitting room. I love this lantern. You can get it at McGee & Co. and you can actually get a lot of the things that you see in this project in our shop. All right, we are ready for the big reveal. Kelly, come on in.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Good! Let's go check it out.
I love all of this. It makes the bench look so much just nicer. It feels more...
Brings it to life. You got your cute pictures of your family up here, which I love.
Looks so wonderful. And I love that you just feel, the space before was so empty. I just felt like people came in and it was uninviting and I didn't know what to do. And this feels so much better. I love it.
Good!
I love it. It's so beautiful and can I sit in it?
Yes, yes.
I love it so much, you guys. Thank you. And I'm so glad that you recommended that I do this as a sitting room because it feels like I can use it more and I'm excited to entertain. And even though I thought my space was small before, now that you've added all this, it actually feels bigger. And I'm excited to just use it and enjoy it. And it looks beautiful. Thank you so much, Shay.
So happy to hear. Enjoy.
Thanks so much for watching. You can go to our shop, McGee & Co. and shop all the looks that you see here today. For more home tours and design tips, don't forget to subscribe.